Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 345 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Monday, May 19th, 2025. We have met our sales goal today. Very happy about that. Feels good because last week was not great. So this week is off to an awesome start. All right, let's keep this rolling. All right, and doing my best with Listapalooza to keep it happening, but we'll talk about that in just a second. First, I want to make sure that you guys are resetting to 0 tonight, especially if you're doing Listapalooza. Don't let things get way out of control. It's easy to let that happen, but just, make yourself take 5-10 minutes the end of your night and get ready for our last day tomorrow. All right, joining me on this challenge are Jill of Rusted Truck Relics, Jason the Santee Swapper, Judith R., Pam of Whimsy and Such, Becky of Becky Consigns, Lee of Lee Phillips 4191, Vanessa the Diabetic Reseller, Mr. C Chats, and Molly. Keep up the good work. This is the hardest time to do it, but I know you got it. All right, as I do. Shipping is mostly done. I think I have a couple of things that I will ship out after I finish recording here, just because Tuesdays are a marathon day for me. And I don't like to try to squeeze a ton of shipping in there. So I'm gonna do my best to get that done before book club. Yeah, so we have book club tonight, the Let Them Theory. Oh, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. We are talking about jealousy, comparison, and how life isn't fair. So I'm expecting a really good discussion. I'm really excited about this one because I feel like for the past couple weeks, I've been talking about things that I need so much work on. And, really just kind of like broke my brain last week, all the things I was reading and just a little overwhelmed by, how much work I have to do. Yeah, and we all have to do work. Like it's an ongoing process, but these kind of chapters, I feel like I have a pretty good handle on. Not saying I don't need to do work in these categories. Everybody does, but I feel like it's a little more palatable for me. Hopefully for you as well. And if not, happy to have you join the book club and discuss these things with us because they are amazing. All right. So tonight I want to talk about doing what nobody else will. All right. So the quote attributed to David Brooks is do what nobody else wants to do, go where nobody else wants to go. All right. And this is like the theme of my day today because, oh gosh. Yeah. So I spent hours because Samantha gently reminded me last night in our reseller reset of my goal for the week. Yeah, so tomorrow's our mastermind meeting. So my goal for the week was to clear all of the photos off of my phone, get them uploaded into drafts, do the photo editing on them. So I literally just spent, well, let's see, I finished about 6:30. And I started about 12:30. Yeah. So I spent a lot of time doing something that I really don't want to do. I don't enjoy doing. It was a routine task, which is not my chosen chosen way to spend the day. But you know what? It had to be done. And nobody else was going to do it. Yeah, so that's what I spent the day doing. That is a life, day in the life of a full-time reseller has to do those. I had to do those things that nobody else wants to do. And you have to do those, maybe I don't do that particular thing day in and day out, but you got to put the reps in, you got to put the work in, you got to do all of the things, even the things you don't want to, or nobody else wants to. And I think that's what pushes you forward is those mundane tasks that we do every day that's keep things going. So like what is that task for you? Is there a way that now I'm going to be very honest with you. So these were photos that were taken while I was on by my helper while I was on vacation. There were a couple thousand of them that needed to be edited and uploaded into drafts. So yeah, I didn't want to do that thing. I really didn't want to. And yeah, I'd put it off a little bit. Yeah, I was busy with other things, but yeah, not too busy that I couldn't have chipped away at it slight edge style. But all right, so I'm doing those mundane things. That's kind of what it's like to be a day in the life of a full-time reseller. There are lots of little things. Maybe that is your thing and you like doing that, and maybe taking photos isn't what you like to do, or it's something else. But those little things that we have to do day in and day out that really make the difference. And to go back and maybe keep the quote on hand, do what nobody else wants to do, go where nobody else wants to go. Keep that on hand. That's what's going to drive you, keep you moving forward. And kind of a turn on this is Darren Hardy: successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. And really, a lot of it boils down to those mundane daily tasks, going to the gym, tracking your calories or protein, you know, listing and editing the photos, those kind of things. And, so if you could keep a reminder handy, because you're not going to feel like doing this, there are going to be days that you really don't want to. And I'm going to link up one of my favorite, and it comes at the end of this podcast, but this is one of my favorite Mel Robbins podcasts. No, it's not Mel Robbins. It's Jay Shetty. My bad. No, it's Jay Shetty on Purpose podcast. And it is an interview he does with a comedian, Hannah Berner. And it is her. And at the very end, she talks about this very thing and her success. And I've linked up this podcast before, but it's phenomenal to listen to for so many reasons. Listen to the end. You will not be disappointed. Everybody that I have had listen to this has said it spoke to them in some way. It changed them in some way. So, listen up. The link is in the show notes. I'll also try to link it up at the end of this video. And remember, those little things you do day to day are really the driving force behind your success and getting where you want to go. So if you don't feel like it, you know what? Do it anyway. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see you on day 345 of Reseller Reflections. Night, night.